Responsible marketing is important in the education piece, especially at Patagonia. Our philosophy of marketing is not really to sell more product. In fact, we want to make sure with the information that you give that our customers are informed as to whether they actually do need to buy the product. So we're storytellers, and our marketing team is wonderful at translating all that work into something that our customers can really appreciate.
Hello and a very warm welcome. This is Claudia Klingelhofer for ISPO, and we're talking about sustainable challenges. Today with me is Wendy Savage. She's Senior Director of Social Impact and Transparency at Patagonia, and I'm very happy that she's with me. Today we talk about all things quality. Hello, Wendy.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. So tell us, Senior Director of Social Impact and Transparency, what is this role about?
Right. So I am fortunate to look after all of our impacts when it comes to labor and human rights. So that's the social part, and also the transparency piece, which has to do with knowing where our stuff comes from. And that's so important for us because that's what allows us to have every single program that you can think of, from decarbonization to fair trade and any social program, or at the farm level, organic. So we make sure that anything that we tell to our customers about our fibers and how we make our products, that we have everything to back it up. So it's a very interesting job.
I can imagine, and you're definitely the right person to talk to when it comes to quality, as quality is crucial for the life cycle of a garment. So tell us, what means quality for you and for Patagonia?
Yeah, so quality for us is not just the typical description of quality, which is, durability. I mean, it's very important, it's durability. But at Patagonia, we also think of quality when we are, what kind of impacts in the environment our products are having. So when we choose the fibers, what kind of impacts of those fibers have. The other piece of it is the social impact of the product or the fabrics that we use, and the transparency of it. We make a lot of efforts to make sure that we know where our stuff comes from, that the partnerships that we establish with all our suppliers are based on transparency, so that we can have all the information to make good decisions. And in the end, it takes a while for us to make that holistic product, but that's how we feel that we can bring something that can last for a lifetime, that then we can repair, and that then we can give it a new life, and keep it out of the landfill.
Do you think, especially with fast fashion, that garment quality has lost its value in the last few years or decades even?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about any product that is designed without the thinking of how can this be repaired, that's a problem. When products are made with fibers that are too impactful to the environment, that is a problem. So all of that, I think, over the years has worsened, unfortunately. And so what we're trying to do is make sure that we double down on our responsibility and the quality of the product that we're bringing.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the consumers, it's a hard job sometimes to distinguish between good and bad quality, or better quality and worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we are at a time where we have a lot of information at our hands, sometimes too much information. I would say there's very sort of low-hanging fruit that we as customers, and I consider myself as well, try to look at, what labels or what certifications the products may have, what kind of fibers the products may use, There are also organizations that rate brands depending on different standards, so consumers can use those tools to determine how they want to spend their money. But you're right. I mean, it is difficult, and sometimes there's a lot of information. So we as brands have to improve how we communicate and make sure that it's clear, and make sure that we give them enough information to make informed decisions.
As you said, communication is key. So which role does marketing play?
Oh, a very important role. Responsible marketing is important in the education piece. Especially at Patagonia, our philosophy of marketing is not really to sell more product. In fact, we want to make sure with the information that you give that our customers are informed as to whether they actually do need to buy the product. When you think about going to a website, if you have a new product and then an option of a pre-loved product, that is a good way to market the importance of quality, the importance of the choice that you're about to make. So we work very, very closely with our marketing team. They're incredible, super creative, but at the same time, they have the challenging job to translate very technical information, so all the work that we do in quality and in environment and in social, and try to link it to the product and to tell the full story in a way that is palatable for most customers and not boring, because a lot of the stuff is very technical. So we're storytellers, and our marketing team is wonderful at translating all that work into something that our customers can really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand it's really critical to do a good job when creating products. It's critical to do a good responsible marketing, let's call it like that. Mm. But how do we overcome overconsumption in society in general?
Mm. That's a great question. I think that's something that we haven't tackled yet, and it is our challenge. I think it's part of the reason why we are doing the panel that we're about to do today. After we're actually doing panels on overconsumption and how quality is connected to the environmentalism. And so, Patagonia, besides making products, we make educational videos and in a way to reach the customer more profoundly with much more information. And so the latest one we've made is called, I guess I can say it in camera, it's called Shitropocene. And it talks about the psychological sort of switch in our brains that goes when we buy. It stimulates our happy brain. And so we need to be aware of that as consumers and really rethink the way that we are making decisions. And so, we try to educate, again, not only through our website and through books, but this kind of event. So I've been here in Stockholm doing a panel on that and talking to different experts. We're here in Munich, we're going to do that as well. And so there is opportunity, but I think that we have our work cut out for it, especially when there's so much available, so many products, disposable products, I would say, available that we're competing with, and the attention span as well.
Mm-hmm. So, and what do you think about the role of the legislation as its brand perspective, consumer perspective, and then we have another part of the puzzle, it's legislation and politics?
Yeah, it's very important. So I've been in this field for over 2 decades now, and when I first started, first of all, I wouldn't have had an interview like this. There was not much interest on the important things about making our product. And so we've come a long way. I think as Patagonia, we've always held ourselves to very high standards. We always make it difficult for us to make a product. And so we've been following voluntary standards for so many years. And it's difficult because, you're competing with brands that are not doing anything. And so, but we are committed to those high standards because we are in business to save our home planet. And so when you have been doing this voluntarily for so many years and all of a sudden you start seeing legislation, all of these voluntary requirements are ending up in legislation, it is great. It is welcomed because now we won't be the only ones sort of shouting at the rooftop of our, road saying, this is important, please listen to us. Now there's other, there's other tools that we can have to make our voice heard. And it's going to be challenging, I think, for many brands who are not at the same journey, but we collaborate a lot with many brands that are like-minded, and those that are starting their journey that want to learn, how have we been doing this for 51 years? There are tools, there is know-how, there is partnership, there is the sort of, willingness to move on this together. And I think we also realize that we alone doing the right thing is not enough unless we make sure that all of those good practices scale, right? Because the problems, you can't solve the problems with just one brand. So legislation is very important to scale all of the solutions that already exist.
Mm-hmm. So this is, on the one hand, it's really a hard challenge. On the other hand, you're telling me that it's like in the last 20 years, there has so many things happened. So this is really cool to see. And I'm asking you about the future, so maybe about 2025, not that far away. So what are you focusing on in terms of quality?
Yeah. So, doubling down on what we've already been doing, I think that one of the things that we want to see more, scale up more is our worn wear programs and make sure that the repaired and the pre-loved goods end up in homes and in different homes. I think there's still a lot of education that we need to do. Not everyone immediately goes to the pre-loved product, They're still like, well, if I'm going to buy something, I'll buy it new. So we want to be able to turn those mindsets and say, well, why, And also to see more brands joining us on this, repairing the product, giving it a new life, having pop-up stores. We're going to have another pop-up. I'm plugging in all the good stuff that our team here in Munich is doing. And we're going to have a worn-wear pop-up stores where we present these products, unique products, right? Repaired products that they will have one patch of one color and it's the only one that you will see because it is unique. And so giving it a new life, it's going to be really interesting. And so that's what I see as far as Patagonia. There's many other things. Obviously, I can talk about the, living wages, decarbonization, regenerative organic. There's so much. But to me, what excites me is this, scaling up circularity and seeing how legislation can help on that, how brand collaboration can help on that, and how all the education pieces can continue to switch our brains a little bit more as consumers to change the way that we buy.
No, that's really nice. So, for ISPO, we're talking to stakeholders from the industry. So to end this up, what would you tell everybody from the industry, sporting goods industry, apparel industry, to do if you had one wish, what they could do so that we all together could have an impact?
Oh, wow. Well, on the circularity piece, let's collaborate. If you don't know where to start, knock on our door. Let us give you all the tools and the ideas, and because they exist, there's partnerships that we can make. So there's low-hanging fruit, and then just, dare a little bit to uncharted waters and see how it goes. And and I think sometimes when talking to other brands, there's a real fear, like, well, what if it doesn't work? What if my customer doesn't welcome it? And the idea is not to go all 100% and change, but just try with like one style. Try a little bit with maybe one color of a style and see how it goes. And so I think just taking little steps is going to help. I think with legislation, you won't be able to just take little steps on this kind of thing. So that's going to help. But yeah, more collaboration, partnership, and anything that we can do to support that.
No, That's nice final words. So dare thumping, collaborate, and go little steps. So yeah, thank you for being here, Wendy Savage.
Thank you for having me.